We are nearing the start of another season. This is indoor lacrosse season. The Philadelphia Wings are back, and CBS Philadelphia and Philly 57 are proud partners of the team. I got a chance to sit down with a few of their players. You've got a very interesting and talented group. It's led by #1 overall pick Brennan O'Neill. He is an absolute star. He could be one of the faces of the game. My name is Pat Gallen. This is a Gallen of Questions. Here are my sit-down interviews with the Philadelphia Wings. Brennan, before we get into the serious questions, my last name is Gallen, and so I carry around a gallon can that has questions in it, and we pick a few out, and then we see if we can answer them. You want to give it a shot?
Yeah, sure.
All right, jump in there and see what we can come up with. Could be anything. We don't know what it's going to be.
Would you rather skydive or go to the bottom of the ocean? Skydive, especially after the whole
that submarine?
Submarine thing? Yeah. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either.
Skydiving might be a little safer.
As crazy as it sounds, I think you're right, especially after that. All right, bike, walk, or drive?
Drive.
Drive.
Just being from Long Island, you don't really walk anywhere. I'm not from the city, so.
Yeah, you got to go a long ways on Long Island. I mean, this is your game, so why don't you? Here, let's, we'll see. We'll probably won't get that one again. There's a lot of questions in there. Put these back here.
Start, bench, cut. Fish, steak, chicken. Start chicken.
Start chicken?
Oh, no, start steak, sorry.
Yeah.
Bench chicken, cut fish.
No fish? You're not a fish guy?
I like fish. I like sushi, but I'd rather a steak or chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a sushi guy, too. What's your favorite sushi? What's your go-to?
Well, it's kind of bland, but California rolls.
Yeah.
But I also like shrimp tempura, probably my top two.
Oh, that's good, yeah. What's the weirdest thing you can do? Do you have, like, a hidden talent that nobody knows about?
Weird? I don't know if I have weird.
Well, maybe just a hidden talent, then, if it's not weird.
I'm pretty good at video games, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah, certain ones, yeah.
What's your go-to?
Call of Duty.
Yeah. That's what I'm too old for that, so I don't even know how to play these things. Let's see. What are you listening to before a game?
Rap.
Yeah.
I'll listen to. I like a ton of different genres, but rap.
Yeah. Well, who's your go-to artist? Yeah.
His name's Chef G. He's from Brooklyn.
Chef G.
Yeah.
I like that. We call him Chef T. It's Tommy G. Well, I'm just kidding. We don't. Favorite place to unwind?
Couch.
The couch?
In my house, yeah. Watch
Great
TV.
answer. All right, grab one more for me before we get to the serious stuff. It's not really that serious.
Favorite team growing up? Giants.
Giants?
Yep, New York Giants, baby. Saw them win the Super Bowl, so.
Saying that out
Special
loud
place in
here
my
in
heart.
Philly. Oh, man. We're in trouble here. Brennan, so what was it like hearing your name called #1 in the draft? It's got to be a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, it's definitely surreal. It doesn't really hit you, and now I'm in Jersey, and I'm in our home. So now it's kind of like, it's like, oh, this is real. So at first you're just like, wow, it's crazy. It's something I dream about. Not even just getting drafted one. It doesn't matter when you get drafted, but just to be able to be in this league now.
Yeah.
Something that you look forward to as a kid. So at first it just kind of hits you, but then once you settle down, it starts to feel real.
Yeah,
so it's
sink
cool.
in a little bit.
Yeah.
You said you were here with Duke for the national championship game a couple of years ago. What do you know about Philly? Like, what do you really know about the city?
I know, I know that it's a city of brotherly love.
Yeah.
But nothing. I don't know, like different parts or neighborhoods.
We're not there yet. Yeah.
No, but I have a ton of Philly friends from school. We had 6 or 7 guys from Philadelphia on Duke.
Right,
so
right.
You hear stories about that, and they're so passionate about the sports teams. So that's kind of the biggest thing that I know about Philadelphia.
I'm sure you'll learn a little bit here, and you're going to stay here for like an extended period of time, right? That's cool. You'll get to learn a lot about it. What are a few things then about you that you want fans to know? Like, who is Philadelphia getting? Like, what kind of guy are you? What kind of player are you?
Yeah, I'm a guy who's never satisfied. From game to game or at the end of a season, I always look back at what I did good and what I should keep doing that's working and what I need to work on. And in that off season or within that week from game to game, if I need to work on something, I'm going to continuously do it until I get it right. So I'm always looking to make steps forward, and I never want to stay stagnant or plateau. So I'm always looking to improve. I'm very passionate, and all I really care about is winning, whether that's performing really well or scoring a lot of points if the team needs it, or if it's something else that would help the team win. It's whatever helps the team win is really what I want to be a part of, just a winning culture.
It says here 5 unassisted goals in the gold medal game, Team USA. I'm guessing they're going to ask you to score a little bit here. Is that right?
Well, yeah, that's definitely the goal. That's something that I've been good at, I think people would say, over my career. So I think that's expected of me.
Sure.
But yeah, as long as we have more goals than the other team, if I do have to score to do that, then yes, that's the goal. Yeah.
Mitch, good to see you again. Team looks a little bit different this year than it did last year. So what's the mindset for you as one of the veteran guys that's got to help kind of put all this together?
Yeah, I mean that's nature of the business when you put together a 6-12 season, right? But I think it's we're going in the right direction. I think obviously no secret that we brought some guys in from Panther City, who's a playoff team with a lot of veteran players. A couple guys particularly that I'm excited to play with, guys that I've known. Connor Sellers, I grew up around him, actually lived at his house when I played lacrosse. And then Tony Malcolm's kind of a hometown guy from Westminster, and I've played with him in Buffalo before. But the list goes on. We've got a lot of talent coming in here. I think it's going to be a competitive camp, and just really excited for that.
We just met Brennan O'Neill, who seems like an incredible talent. But the game's a little bit different, right? Like going from outdoor to box. What do you say to him to try and prepare him for the season?
Yeah, I think he's going to figure a lot of things out on his own, just through his talent and through his using his own brain and kind of becoming acclimatized to the box game. I know he grew up watching a lot of box lacrosse.
Yeah.
It's not like he's lacrosse. He's no stranger to lacrosse, right? So,
sure.
And I've watched some of his not only his games but his interviews. He's an intelligent guy who cares about the game, and I think obviously guys like me and Blaze and other guys on the offense are going to give him tips as we go. But I think he's going to be just fine.
You got 111 points last year, second in the league, is that right? Something like that?
Third maybe, but I think, yeah.
How do you build upon such a great season?
There's lots of things you can do. Points are great, obviously, but that's kind of a construct of what the team's doing and all that. I think for myself, just being consistent, you can always shoot the ball better. You can always, your effort level can always be better.
Sure.
Little things like that. For myself, I came in limping a little bit last year and just feeling in a much better place physically this year. So being in better shape, that's something I pride myself on and can always build upon that.
If people are watching Mitch Jones for the first time, what kind of player are they going to see?
Hopefully a little bit of everything, right? I know a lot of people like to talk about the points or what happens on the score sheet, but just kind of playing the full game, right? I play offense, so scoring goals and getting points is part of the job.
Sure.
But taking away transition, getting back on defense, getting the loose balls, being a tough guy to play against. I think those are the kind of things that I hope to bring to the table.
So we're talking about a decade now. Is this about to be 10 or is this about to be 11?
I just did the
did the math.
It's a lot to. I think this is my 11th season.
So we'll say a decade plus in the league. What is the key to that longevity?
Just having fun with it, man. Me and Blaze talk all the time about loving the game, and if you don't love it, you're probably not going to hang around for a decade, right?
Yeah.
So just, always trying to get better. I know as you hit 30, people start to talk about, hey, whether it's your family or your friends or fans, how long can you play for?
Even the family coming after you too.
But I try not to think about that stuff. I'm just still trying to get better, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a day when I'm not getting better anymore, but right now that's still the mindset, and still think I'm doing it.
So last year you were a newcomer to Philly, right?
I was 2 years ago. I traded here and played a half year.
Okay.
Last year was my first full season.
First full season.
Yeah.
What did you learn about the city? What do you like about it, and what do you like about the franchise and all that?
I love the city, man. I have so much fun here. The first year was a bit of a whirlwind. I got traded on a Tuesday, flew here, played on a Saturday, and the rest of the year kind of just built off that.
Sure.
Last year I got to have the full training camp and live in Philly and all that stuff. I love a lot of things about this city. I love being around here. I love hanging with the guys that are in town.
Yeah.
Just the daily grind of it just goes back to always getting better. They got a really good setup for us here, whether it's having workouts or turf time or coming doing events with the fans in the community. So just all of it together.
How much have you gotten to explore?
I get to explore a fair amount.
Yeah.
I mean, I like my restaurants. I like my sports games. So a lot.
Find any go-to restaurants yet? Any places that
we
stand
were just
out?
talking about it.
Big restaurant town here for sure.
I'm bad with names. Zahav is that place. I could
Zahav,
drink the hummus out of that cup.
Yeah, it's so good.
There's Mulherns and Sons is a good one. Sampan is Blaze tells me if I need to go on a date, that's the place to go.
That's a great place. Yeah.
Just to name a few.
You're Philly through and through, man.
Yeah.
You got all the top spots.
I say Wooder sometimes now.
So you're like, a decade plus. You're like the old guy. Do you feel like the old guy here?
No, it's hard to feel old when you got 19-year-olds coming to camp
Right.
and picking your brain. And I mean, we're playing lacrosse, right? So maybe after a doubleheader on the way home, I might feel a little bit old. But no, I feel like a kid getting ready for training camp every year, and I think that's awesome.
So then last year, obviously, 6-12. What is the goal then this year, knowing you got so many new pieces, you're trying to put this thing together? Is it playoffs and see what happens?
For sure. I mean, playoffs is always the goal. Championship is always the goal. I think you definitely have to break it down and go day at a time, practice at a time, game at a time. I'm a big numbers guy. I watch a lot of film, so you look back at past years or last year in particular. It's a fine line. Being at obviously 6 and 10, 12 is not where you want to be.
Sure.
But it's a fine line. You can look at all kinds of metrics. So you're not far off in this league. It's any given weekend type of thing.
Sure.
So just wherever it is, individually as a team, whether it's power play or loose balls or what little things like that, little parts of the game that you can improve. I think that's what is going to take to make us playoff team, championship team.
Blaze, good to see you, my friend. So we're trying to figure out the math. It's been like 6 years. You've been here since 2018, so you're not new to the city. What do you love about this place, and what do you love about this fan base?
Yeah, I made Philadelphia my home. I've been here now since the start. Started a business. I'm trying to be as active as I can in the community. But, as a professional lacrosse player, Philadelphia is a lacrosse hotbed in my mind. The amount of kids that are engaged in it is huge for the growth of the sport. But, from an athlete's perspective, it's a crazy city to play in. Fans are passionate both ways, is one way to say it. But, I think the history of the Wings, it's a very storied franchise, a ton of, championships, and, coming back to the city is important. And they care about one thing, and that's winning. And, as an athlete, that's really all you care about too. So sharing that mindset, now you blow the whistle and play the game. And let the results take care of themselves.
We don't often think of Philadelphia as a lacrosse hotbed. Has that changed in your time here?
No, I think it's been around for a while. Lacrosse to me I consider like a blue-collar, hard-working, gritty game. Kind of emulates exactly what the city is. And, I think a little bit of it is the surrounding areas. You have New Jersey, Baltimore, Maryland, Long Island's not too far, Delaware. So just a lot of, great athletes to start, but you put a lacrosse stick in their hand, lacrosse is the fastest growing sport in America, and you start producing some serious athletes.
What then for you will make this season a success? What's the goal?
A championship.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's why you play the game. You play to win championships, and it's been a lot of building. Every year that I've been a part of this organization, it's often defined by wins and losses, and that's kind of what I carry the most. But as you're growing and as you get older, you kind of realize the importance of building a strong culture and taking steps in the right directions. And we've done that. But it's a results-based league. It's a results-based industry. Sports in general. So just to win a championship.
What then for you, since you've been around the league for a while now? Like, how do you keep doing it? Like every year, I'm sure is different, but how do you keep growing?
Yeah, I just love this game. I love competing, and as a kid, personally, I dreamed of moments like this, and then they get here, and you accomplish them, and as you get older, more stuff starts going on in your life. Getting married, job, all that good stuff. But one thing's remained constant for me, and that's my love and passion towards this game. And then I've added in a lot of hunger. I've had success in my overall career. I've won championships. I've won a lot of awards, and I've been a part of great teams and experienced a lot of cool stuff. But there's one thing that's kind of looming that eats away at me on an everyday basis, and that's being successful with this organization and giving these fans and this organization and us players, what we deserve. And it's going to take a lot of hard work, but excited for another journey.
One person that may be able to help you on that quest is brand new, Brennan O'Neill. Looks like an incredible talent. What are you seeing from him? What makes him so good?
Yeah, I actually had the pleasure of winning a world championship with Brennan. He was the only collegiate kid on our Team USA men's national team, and I think this thing that stood out for me is just kind of how he is, so straightforward with his approach to lacrosse. He could be as famous as he wants to be in this game. Every little kid is, trying their best to be Brennan O'Neill, but you would never know that. I think for him, you talk about a competitor, he cares about winning more than anything else, and he has the potential to be a generational talent.
Wow.
And getting drafted first overall and doing all that is great, but he signed a contract. He's all in, and I think he's coming into an organization that could use a fresh light, but
Sure.
also he's compiled with a team full of veteran guys that are going to be able to help him along the way and give him the confidence that he needs to help push this team forward.
How's life changed for you outside the game? Heard you just got married. Has
Yeah.
that changed things? Changed the equation a little bit for you?
It's all part of the process,
All right.
and every day's a journey. But no, just staying real busy. I run a BR. It's called BR10 Box Lacrosse. I have 5 youth teams that I'm coaching in the
awesome.
area, and I coach at a high school, and we go into schools and talk about being a good person and not bullying and being healthy and doing the right things, and just trying to make every day count. I think you don't like looking too far ahead because nothing's guaranteed, but
Sure.
I'm 30 years old now, 9 years as a professional, and time is always on the other side. So just really trying to juice the lemon as much as I can each and every day, and I think winning fuels that, but also making an impact. And my dad always told me leave somewhere better than he found it, and just trying to do that with my time that I have here in Philly.
This is a gallon can, and there's some questions in here.
All right.
We don't know what is in there. We'll
Okay.
see. You want to pick one, and
Yeah.
we'll go from there. Grab a few. See what we come up with.
Favorite scented candle.
Do you have one?
Do I have a favorite? I honestly, when I was in college, somebody got me like a man's line
Yeah.
of like fragrant, not like super like fruity and stuff.
Yeah.
It was maybe like Winter Storm or something. Like it was like a very like not.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe we'll do like that.
Winter Storm scented
Winter
candle.
Storm.
That's the correct answer. Fast food order.
Fast food order. Depends where. Probably
You're in the airport. What are you searching for? What do you need?
airport. If I'm doing something like you can't go wrong with McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like it's
Just
kind
an
of
easy. What's your go-to? Big Mac, quarter pounder. What are we
I'm
looking for?
a McDouble, add Big Mac sauce. Kind of a cheap Big
Yeah.
Mac. It's good.
All right, you are a goalie. How do you recover after a game? Is there?
Get on the trainer's table and let them do their magic,
Yeah.
and then just obviously rest for a couple days.
Sure.
Lots of stretching.
Yeah.
That's probably the main thing.
Hope there's
Stretch.
no cramps on the plane
Yeah.
on the way home.
Yeah, it can be bad. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Favorite team growing up? Is it sport specific?
Any sport.
Okay.
Yeah. Could be lacrosse, could be a hockey fan, whatever it might be.
Hockey, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay.
And it was before they won all their cups, so I'm
How'd
not just a
that happen?
bandwagon. Honestly, it's a weird.
We love weird.
Anyway, and those goes to arenas. There's vending machines.
Yeah.
With you could get like stickers. You
Yeah.
put like $1 in, you get a sticker.
Sure.
I got a Tampa Bay Lightning sticker before I even knew what the NHL was, and I liked their logo, so I was like, "That's my team."
And you stuck with them this whole time.
I stuck with it. I grew up in Niagara, so everyone's a Toronto fan, so
Yeah.
I couldn't be a Toronto fan.
Oh, yeah. You got to go outside the box there. You certainly did that, picking the
Yeah.
sticker. All right, let's see. A couple more. Beach or mountains?
Probably mountains.
Yeah.
I think better view and more rewarding. You get to the top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. If you didn't play professionally, what would you be doing in life? Most guys say we would be like a coach. You know, you'd be a coach, you'd be in it. But what if it was like outside of lacrosse
like
completely?
nothing lacrosse related. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe like media would be cool.
Oh, yeah?
I think I would enjoy media.
Do you want to interview me while I'm here?
Maybe. Flip this around.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Start, bench, cut. Sneakers, sandals, boots.
Sneakers, sandals, boots.
Start one, bench one, cut one.
I think I got to start sneakers, most versatile.
Yeah.
Just can do anything. You could wear it to a nice dinner if you had to.
That's fair.
I mean, boots actually you could too. A nice pair of boots. I think I got to go sandals because summer, got to let the feet breathe.
That's
and
true.
I think I'd have to cut boots. Or so I'm
Yeah, that's right.
benching.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense, yeah. And all right, I'll let you pick the last one
right.
since this is your game.
Let's go. Start, bench, cut.
Start, bench, cut.
Yoga, Pilates, and cardio.
Is the goalie doing any of that?
Yeah, we'll go from a goalie perspective.
Yeah.
I should probably start yoga, honestly.
Yeah.
It's probably bench cardio.
Yep.
Pilates, I've heard, is a good workout. Though.
Yeah.
Never done it.
Are you into? Do you do yoga at all? I mean, you got to stretch, right? So
Not like official yoga sessions,
Yeah.
but I have had like some people run me through some yoga stuff, and it is hard. It's like
it'll make you sweat. Maybe not as much as in that gear, but
just the gear alone, it's a good work.
Nick, thanks so much.
Awesome,
my friend.
I appreciate it. That was fun.